What's up, everybody? On behalf of Connect Bike Polo, I'm going to be breaking down a game from this year's Smack in the Middle down in Fresno. Alex Lyon sent me a couple of games and just asked me to pull out noteworthy plays and give you my thoughts on them. And this game is going to be Hoatzin versus Fore Cheque. Hoatzin being Julian, Dev, and Pretty Tony. I think they're all from the Pacific Northwest, not totally sure. Fore Cheque, Tenzin, Patty, and Alex, all three Canadians. And, well, let's just get right into it. So, the very first thing that I want to bring up is, right on the joust, we quickly realize what Hoatzin's game plan is. Watch what the two players do who aren't in net. First one goes out, doesn't even really try to win the joust. So, that's a little bit unusual, but we see the other defender just posting up right outside the crease. So, clearly their game plan is to play conservative, have a crease defender, and just play that nice, slow control game. Look at this. They don't win the joust. They don't seem upset by it. No big deal. If you've ever played against a team who does this style of defense, you know it's very frustrating to play against, and it can work very well. So let's watch here. The crease defender actually makes a stop. It's a little hard to see, but crease defender blocks that shot by being in the right place, sticking to their game plan. And here, we're not really sure in this instance what's going on. Is Tenzin getting frustrated because it is very frustrating to play against this style of defense? Is Tenzin just shooting to kind of peel that defender off of the crease? In any case, they force Tenzin to take a really low quality shot. So this is a good game plan, and I think really it works well. But what cost Hoatzin the game ultimately is that they did not end up sticking to this game plan like they should have. So we'll revisit that point later on, but I want to also talk about Hoatzin's offense. And this first one, they do kind of the ideal advantage play. Right here, advantage call. These two are down. Hoatzin has advantage. So Julian's picking up the ball here. Dev rolls out a net because when you have an advantage call on your side, there's no reason for you to have a goalie. As soon as the other team gets the ball, whistle, turnover, you get the ball back. So here, Dev just pedals right by the defender, and so Julian knows he can hit the stretch pass because over here on the other side of the court, Alex is still dabbing in from the altercation that caused the advantage. And the stretch pass finds Dev. And this is where this play really becomes next level, because this shot that it looks like Dev is going to go for, the low angle stale bread shot, it's a high percentage shot. It's a good shot to go for, generally speaking. But we have seen Tenzin do this move right here previously in the game, the rocklet, to block this shot. So instead of shooting that, Dev just rolls right at the net, looking like that's the shot that's coming, to draw the rocklet out from Tenzin. Passes it actually to Pretty Tony, who goes for the shot. You know, ultimately, they did not get the goal. It would be nice to get the goal there, but they still, I think, made kind of the perfect play on advantage. Boom, there's the whistle. They get the ball back. So, no big deal. Would have been great to get the goal, as I said, but just let's watch that play again. It's beautiful. Stretch pass, beat the defenders. Draw out the rocklet, but actually pass, get the mix-up. It's a great play. Just didn't quite work out, as it happens sometimes. This next one, I just really like the awareness and the teamwork between Pretty Tony and Julian. And what I really want you to notice is over here, look at Alex in the net. He's pretty far away from that goal. Not exactly where you want to be as a goalie, but he does have time to fix that. Right here. He's got a lot of time. I think he's clipped in. He could hop over. He could circle all the way around the net. He's got time to close up that gap. But they just caught him daydreaming. Look at him here. Still very far from that net. Not really sure what he's thinking at this point, but this was a lapse on his part. And what happens here is most people would shoot the ball. It's just you on the goalie. That's a valid shot to take. But Julian and Tony see the same thing, which is the goalie way out of position and nobody there to challenge Tony. So Julian, unselfish, passes the ball, to Pretty Tony. You can see it a lot better in the overhead angle, so let's just wait till we get there. Boom, they're by the defenders at this point. Doesn't shoot it himself, but passes to Pretty Tony, who, look at this, completely wide open net for Tony. The pass connects, the ball finds the back of the net, boom. Alright, so let's swap over and talk about forecheck. And like I was saying, what cost Hoatzin the game really was that they did not stick to their game plan. And what made them do that was the pressure of forecheck. In this first one, see, look at the score, it's 0-0. Of course, you know, you can't always play with a defender on the crease. They've just made an attack, so they're both playing up. That's how you have to play. And right about here, after he makes that little slash, I think at that point Tony should have just gone to the crease. Like right about here, Tony should be turning, posting up in the crease. He still has the ability to do that. So right here, once he makes this pivot, he's kind of committed. It's too late now for him to go post up outside the crease. And let's just play at full speed here. He gets caught in traffic just a little bit, just for the briefest of moments, and it costs him a goal. Just the briefest little bit of traffic, and the shooting lane is opened up for Tenzin, who just whacks it in there. And this is the first goal of the game, so just the briefest little lapse in game plan costs them 1 goal and sways the momentum. If you look at the time, we're at 12 minutes. 5 minutes later, no change in the score at all. So they've been working for a little while trying to close the gap. They're playing catch up at this point. And right here, Julian, you can see, is getting caught a bit deep. Right now, Dev is on the crease, sticking to the game plan. Although, when you're down and you just have to sit there and wait for the opponent to roll all the way across the court, it can be hard to just sit there. And Dev rolls out, unfortunately. Tries to shark the ball. I mean, I won't say that this is a terrible idea, because look at that. Dev almost gets a piece of that ball. And if she does, look at where the defenders would be. Both facing completely the wrong way. It would just be Dev on goalie. I think the real issue is just that it's not their game plan. And so Tenzin gets by, takes one little no-nonsense shot, and there it goes. And it was a little bit of a lucky shot. You can see in the replay, maybe. It's not super clear, but it goes off the post, off the wheel, and in the back of the net. So, here we go. And look at this. I mean, almost gets a piece of that ball. It's a tempting thing to do as Dev, but really, Hoatzin should have stuck to their game plan, and that's, like I said, what made the difference in this game. They got off to an early deficit and just lost their composure a little bit. Understandable, but it's rough. So here we go. Off the post, off the wheel, and across the line. Oof. This last one, not a lot of time left on the clock, just 2 minutes and a half. They're still down. They're a little bit frazzled. Again, they just lost their composure and didn't stick to the game plan. Look at this right here. Tony clearly is not going to get to that ball before whoever that is, before Tenzin, I think. Should have just posted up on the crease. Doesn't do it, no big deal. Julian right there could have seen Tony not go for that position and posted up on the crease himself. Neither of them does. And so all that Fore Cheque has to do is make one pass, easy little drop pass. Pretty hard to miss that pass there. It's just an easy little drop. Alex picks it up and just whacks it off the boards, self to self, and he's off to the races. Hits that overhand low angle shot. Not quite a stale bread, a little too much heat on it. But it goes right through the bottom bracket and finds its home. So those are the kind of noteworthy plays that I think really illustrate what went on in this game. This last clip, we're going to change gears a little bit. If you're watching this because you want to improve your game and you're a little newer to competition bike polo, I know how easy it is to get down on yourself, but this last clip just really illustrates that even good players, like these are 6 very good players, and they're still eating a big bowl of spaghetti on this last clip. So watch this. Tenzin goes straight onto the boards. Pretty common knowledge, you're not supposed to do that. Whatever. Tony gets a little scared, I think, by this umbrella falling onto the court. The ref from the other court's umbrella falls. He dabs. Whatever, he's right there by the dab out. He's back in. Tries to pick up the ball and just misses. Whatever, he looks down, he finds the ball. It's right there still. Now he's defended, so he's going to pass it over to Julian. Julian gets a piece of it, but doesn't quite make the catch. Doesn't want to give up on it, and just dabs himself out for no reason. Now we've got Tenzin thinking, okay, this is a bunch of spaghetti. I don't want to get scored on. He's turning toward his own goal to be a defensive player. Meanwhile, Patty's thinking, let's take advantage of this spaghetti. She's thinking Tenzin's going to turn to his left and go on the attack. Tries to dish him up a really nice, soft, easy pass. But it's actually to nobody, and eventually it finds its way over to Dev, who rescues us from all this spaghetti. Let's just watch that again full speed. It's a little bit funny, and I think it sends an important message about even the best of us eating spaghetti. Bunch of spaghetti. Anyway, final score on that game ended up 3-2 for Fore Cheque. I definitely encourage you to go watch the full game. I'm assuming Connect will have it posted by now. Hope you enjoyed that. Those are just my brief thoughts on this game. I'll be doing some more breakdowns coming up soon. See you in the next one.